Good evening, my people. Timer set. Welcome to episode 2. What are we talking about today for real? Um, Bro, listen. Listen, bro. What? Bro, look. The freaking Pacers, bro. And Tyrese Halliburton, bro. Okay, first of all, I was wrong. They're not getting swept. They're not getting swept. All right? I was wrong about that. Um, Bro, how? I've just never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like. I don't think any of us have, because I don't think it's ever happened that like a team is just this clutch, bro. It's insane that a player is just this clutch, bro. Like what? Huh? Dude, like, and even, oh my gosh, bro, the call, bro. I know y'all heard Mike Breen's call, bro. It's good. It's good with tenths of a second remaining. You know what that reminds me of? Warriors have a timeout, decide not to use it. Curry from way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry with 6 tenths of a second remaining. And one we got the double bang, and the other we got the double is good. One of them was 6 tenths of a second. Another one was 3 tenths of a second. Both of them at OKC. Both of them at OKC Stadium, their arena. How does that even happen, bro? Like, what are even the odds of that? Same commentator and everything, bro. What? Like, how's that even happen for real? That's kind of crazy. So yeah, no, we'll see what happens tomorrow in game 2. Maybe I'll be wrong about a lot this series. I don't know. Maybe I'll be way off. Which I said if that were the case, I was going to really admit like I just don't know nothing about life for real. But yeah, so that's that. Uh, Shout out Coco Golf, bruh. Shout out Coco Golf. That's what I'm talking about. Hold down the fort. Hold down the fort that hasn't been held down in a decade, bruh. Hold down the fort for the squad. The whole squad, bruh. I love it. I love it. I love it. I appreciate you, Coco. Um, Dude, so I read First Corinthians today. It's a wild book. I have no idea finishing it. I have no idea how or why there's a Second Corinthians. Mind you, I'm not gonna read Second Corinthians till September, but like I'm like, yo, First Corinthians, like, and it's lengthy, bro. So I'm like, yo, why is there a Second Corinthians? Like, what did Paul still have to talk about? And mind you, Second Corinthians, it's not like it's short either. It's not short. No, it's like a whole other long book. I'm like, bro, what the heck? What was up with the Corinthians for real that Paul had to write them not one but two huge letters? Jeez. Um, there's a fire verse. I mean, there's plenty of fire verses in First Corinthians, but one of them in particular, if I can find it. But y'all know about that. That's it's been a long, hot summer night. Or as my eyes can see. All right, so look. So look, right? First Corinthians. Oh, by Jimi Hendrix, by the way. Jimi Hendrix, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Okay. What the heck? Electric Ladyland. That's I'm trying to think of the album name, and it just wasn't coming to me. Electric Ladyland. Last album he made while he was living. Long hot summer night. Check it out. Okay. First Corinthians 16. This is verses 13 and 14. Listen to this. This is the last chapter, by the way. Last chapter of the book. This man says, be on the alert, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. All that you do must be done in love. Now, if you're aware, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 is an extremely famous chapter in the Bible known as the love chapter. So you have love is patient, love is kind. You have, all the attributes of what love is. You feel me? All those attributes, right? So now Buddy is literally saying, yo, so all those attributes I previously talked about in chapter 13, all that you do must be done under those terms, under those conditions. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and read it for you, 1 Corinthians 13, because maybe you just don't know. Like, there's a decent chance you don't know, and then you don't even know what I'm talking about. You don't even get the whole gist of what I'm saying, because you don't know what I'm talking about. All right. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I'm reading from the NASB 2020. That's New American Standard Bible. Look. If I speak with the tongues of mankind and of angels, but do not have love, I have become a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and know all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. And if I give away all my possessions to charity, and if I surrender my body so that I may glory, but do not have love, it does me no good. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not jealous. Love does not brag. It is not arrogant. It does not act disgracefully. It does not seek its own benefit. It is not provoked. Does not keep an account of a wrong suffered. It does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. It keeps every confidence. It believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. But if there are gifts of prophecy, they will be done away with. If there are tongues, they will cease. If there is knowledge, it will be done away with. For we know in part and prophesy in part. But when the perfect comes, the partial will be done away with. When I was a child, I used to speak like a child, think like a child, reason like a child. When I became a man, I did away with childish things. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I will know fully, just as I also have been fully known. But now faith, hope, and love remain, these three. But the greatest of these is love. So listen, that's the love chapter, in case you've never heard that mug before. 1 Corinthians 13, some of the realest stuff you'll ever read in your life. In your life. Like, honestly, let's be real. Let's be real for a second. Religious, spiritual beliefs aside of it. That's the thing. I've never even really told y'all anything I believe spiritual. I just told y'all last time about me and God. That can mean so many stuff. Y'all don't even know. Now I'm ready to read y'all 1 Corinthians 13. Y'all don't even know, though. So listen, spiritual stuff aside, spiritual beliefs aside, religious beliefs aside, religious affiliations aside. What reasonable real life person is gonna hate on anything I just read in that chapter? Let's be real. I feel like, bro, I feel like literally if anyone heard First Corinthians chapter 13 and didn't say amen to that, I honestly, I don't know. Like, I actually am scared of that person. Like, I actually pray for that person. Like, and when I say I'm scared, I don't mean scared of them. I mean scared for them. Because, like, bro, like, what? What do you mean you don't say amen to that? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? How, how, how do you not recognize what love is? How do you not recognize love is the most important thing? Listen, listen, see, because, oh my, is this where I'm going today? I didn't know this is where I was going. Oh boy. Okay. Well, no, let me pivot to the original verse. Okay, so no, because look, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. This was not, this is, I mean, there was no plan for today. So now I'm just in the abyss. All right, so look. So my original verse, so that was chapter 13, just original chapter 13. So now, fast forward chapter 16, last chapter, back to these verses 13 and 14. Be on the alert, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. All that you do must be done in love, which you can see 1 Corinthians 13 for a refresher. He didn't write that, but I'm adding it. So, all that you do must be done in love. All that you do must. Not all that you do should be done in love. Not I recommend that all you do be in love. All that you do must be done in love. It's not some that you do. Some that you do must be done in love. That's not what he said. All that you do can be done in love. That's not what he said. All is in every single thing. All that you do must be done in love. Must be. All must love. Whoa. Well, I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't even mean to do that. What the heck? I was literally just about to be. I was like highlighting the prominent words. And then, like, that's actually like a sentence that actually. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Y'all, chat, algorithm. Am I tapped in right now? What the heck? What's going on? Okay, look. Look, right? Okay. All must love. Bet. All must love, right? Why? Why must all love? Why? Can anyone tell me why? Of course y'all can't. Y'all are watching this in the future. You're not here with me in the present. You're watching this in the future after I've already asked the question. I'll tell y'all why. So that you in the future, who at the time you're watching it is the present for you. So, I can't really call you future you. You're only ever present you. You'll know. So look, I'll tell you why. My favorite book in the entire Bible. I think it's important to categorize books of the Bible because the Bible is a compilation of writings, right? It's not a book. It's not a single book. Each writing exists in and of itself. It's a compilation of writings. They grasped they made the compilation greatest hits, right? Greatest hits to support our argument that this is what Christianity is. That's just literally that's what they did. The best accounts and evidence we have written and recorded to support our claims and beliefs. That's what they did. That's what happened. So cool. So try to view each one as its own book, right? Like that's what I like to do at least. So my favorite book of the compilation of the playlist, my favorite book in the Bible is 1 John. Not John as in the Gospel of John, 1 John, written by the same John, but not, the Gospel of John. Because the Gospel of John comes first, but it's not 1 John. Keep up. So look, there's the Gospel of John, also just known as John. And then there's 1 John, 2 John, 3 John. Okay? Cool. Radical. So, First John's my favorite book in the entire Bible. Um, it is amazing. I highly recommend. Um, if someone only ever could read one book in the entire Bible, I would recommend them First John. It's 5 chapters. It's very short, very quick read. Um, so here's the thing. As I said, excuse me. Okay. Why must we love, right? All must love. Why? Why is that? I'm gonna tell you why. I'll tell you why. So I'm in First John. I'm in chapter 4, right? Part of me is tempted to start from the beginning, but there's a lot of stuff. If I start from the beginning, there's a lot of stuff that ain't really relevant to the point I'm about to make. So I'm like, do I really want to take us down all that? So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna start. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked by reading this verse before where I'm gonna start. Fascinating verse. Read 1 John 4:6 if you have time. I'm not gonna read it myself right now. Go over it. Fascinating verse though. I'm gonna start with verse 7. 1 John 4 verse 7. Beloved, let's love one another. Why? So we have all must love. That was what Paul said. Paraphrasing, obviously, that's all that you do must be in love. That's what he said, right? So look, all that you do must be in love. That's what Paul said after giving us the love chapter about all that love is. So now we have John. John was known as the disciple Jesus loved, and he literally is saying, "Yo, beloved, let's love one another." He's about to explain why right now. He's about to explain why right now. For love is from God. Okay, got that. So why love one another? Because love is from God. Okay, so love is from God. That's a beautiful thing. So now, obviously, then, if love is from God, you should love one another. Oh, but it gets even more intriguing because then after that, he says, and everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Everyone, not some people, not only specific individuals, but everyone who loves, as in what Paul had in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, has been born of God and knows God. Not just born of, but doesn't know God. Because that's the thing, you could be an orphan. Not know. No. Born of God and knows God. It's a close relationship. A good, healthy, close parental relationship. He continues, verse 8 now. The one who does not love does not know God. So, it isn't just that one who loves is born of God and knows God, but the one who does not love does not know God. And then he's about to tell us why that is in a very famous, powerful, and yet still slept on and underrated statement. Because God is love. So, everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. Everyone who doesn't love doesn't know God, because God is love. I need y'all to grasp the statement. The statement does not say God is loving. God is loving, but that's not what he said. See, loving is an adjective. You feel me? Is that an adverb? Oh my gosh. Wait. Loving. It's got to be an adverb, right? That's an adverb. Yeah, walking, running, absolutely. Loving is an adverb, which is still an adjective, I guess, but whatever. You get my point. Loving is an adverb, right? God is loving would mean that there is God, and one of the attributes of God is loving. That's what that sentence would mean, had that been what John wrote. John wrote, God is love. God is love. Not loving, but love. Period. As in the act, the love in and of itself is God. We are loving because God is love. Are we following? Are we grasping? Are we getting it? When oh gosh, I'm about to read. Man, see, y'all got me going. Hold on. I wrote a poem. So I have a poetry book, by the way. I have a poetry book. It's called April. It's great. It's fire. The link beneath this video probably gonna have like a link to my Instagram. On that link, you'll click on my Instagram. You'll be able to get the link to my poetry book, April. Right? Support your boy. Support a brother. So in this book, April is my favorite poem I ever wrote. My favorite thing I ever wrote. Right? So first of all, I'm gonna read y'all the intro of the book because the intro explains something. This is the introduction of my book, April, right? Hold on. All right, I got a nice little looking up at me view. All right, look, hear me out. Introduction. This first page of the book. First, you open it, introduction right there. Bam. All right, look, introduction. If you are reading this in a store, pressed for time, and don't know if you want to buy this, that's totally fine. Just read 88 Seek before you put this book back down and enjoy your day. For years, I'd wanted to write... Wait, well, really, I don't need to read the whole intro. I explained what I need to explain at the first sentence of it. Right, so that just goes to show this poem I'm about to read y'all, this is like the one. This is like, if you only had time to hear one and read one, this is the one I need you to hear. And it's the 88th one in the book. It's called Seek. Listen to this, y'all. Listen. Bro, real quick, before I even dive in, writing this, art in general is like a spiritual thing. But this particular poem, bro, I was like, it was crazy. I was for real, like, I don't know. It was like some real, like, Holy Spirit stuff. I can't even explain it. It was actually wild. But look, 88, Seek. Humans of the world, in the present, in the future, in the past, seek the Lord. People with ADHD, people with autism, people who are neurotypical, seek the Lord. People who are intelligent, intellectual, wise, and people who are dumb, shallow, and foolish, seek the Lord. Once I was foolish and thought to myself, God doesn't care about me. No one on earth loves me or cares about me, so why should the Creator be any different? I abandoned the Lord out of my hurt towards others. I went down a dark path. Whether you're reading this or listening to it, or not even aware it exists, I love and care about you, which is why I implore you to seek the Lord. People who are black, people who are white, people who are Asian or Hispanic or indigenous, seek the Lord. People who are LGBTQ+, and people who are straight, seek the Lord. Some may believe in and serve a God who is jealous, wrathful, and condemning, and I hope the best for them, but none of those traits describe the God I serve. The God I serve is patient. The God I serve is kind. The God I serve is not jealous. The God I serve does not boast. The God I serve is not arrogant. The God I serve is not rude. The God I serve does not demand their own way. The God I serve is not irritable. The God I serve keeps no record of being wronged. The God I serve does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices when the truth is revealed. My God never gives up, never loses faith, and is always hopeful. My God endures through every circumstance. I ran from the Lord out of fear and insecurity. I believed that the good intentions of my heart and natural gifts could carry me. But I am just a man. My heart is crooked, my logic is flawed. I found a woman that I love and thought it was good to marry her. I thought my main priority should be to be the best husband I can possibly be and the best father I can possibly be. But I was not a good husband and therefore not a good father because those priorities were misplaced. I decided to travel across the country, thinking to myself that I'd level up, become a better person, a better man for myself and for my family, but all I did was further lose myself and my family. I decided it was good to have money and save, and yet I ended up more broke than I'd ever been, and homeless on the streets. I thought to myself I love to make music, and so I'll make an album from within, and what I made was dark and twisted, because within my depths there is much darkness and many twists. All of my priorities may have been pure, all of my intentions may have seemed good, but they all fell short because I should have prioritized one thing above all, which is seek the Lord. For a man can try to be a good husband and fail. He can try to be a good father and fail. He can try to be rich, successful, and spread love and fail at every single one of those things. But I have concluded that if he seek the Lord, he will be triumphant in all these categories and more. All people who are rich, all people who are poor, all people who are married, single, parents, childless, have had abortions, have miscarried, or are orphans, seek the Lord. Seek the Lord, and you, yes, even you, will learn to live like the Lord. Live like the Lord, and the Lord will be known to you. My failures piled up, and I had nothing, not even my job. And while on the brink of death after many years, I finally sought the Lord and told them everything. And in tears, I humbly asked if it was too late, if God could allow someone like me to be a follower in the Lord's path. And God accepted me in open arms, immediately replaced my sorrow with joy and my pain with peace. My pain was deadly and there was no cure, but God had the balm and ointment for my crunched heart. Seek the Lord, all who have been molested, and all who have done the molesting. Seek the Lord, all who have been raped, and all who have done the raping. Seek the Lord, all who have been robbed, and all who have done the robbing. Seek the Lord, all who have been cheated on, and all who have done the cheating. Seek the Lord, all who grew up abandoned by parents, and all parents who have abandoned their children. Seek the Lord, all who have been abused, and all who have done the abusing. Seek the Lord, all who have been hurt, and all who have done the hurting. Seek the Lord to all who've lost a loved one to violence, and all who have been violent. Seek the Lord, all who have done the drinking, the smoking, the snorting, and the shooting, and all who have done the selling. Seek the Lord, all who have been victims of racism, and all who are racist. Seek the Lord, all who are anxious and depressed and schizophrenic and stressed, all who have maids and all whose rooms are a hot mess. Life is short and fleeting, so seek the Lord so that you may forgive those who've done you wrong, because you never know when your last argument with someone will be the last conversation with them, period. Seek the Lord so that others will see the Lord in you and therefore seek the Lord themselves. Seek the Lord pastors and choir members and Christians and Hindus and Buddhists and monks and priests and atheists and agnostics and Satanists and liberals and conservatives and Republicans and Democrats and demons and angels and aliens and all spiritual beings. May all poets and directors and actresses and actors and dancers and sex workers and content creators and authors and chefs and comedians and painters and sculptors and sketchers and animators and musicians and every instrument you use seek the Lord. May Aries and Taurus and Gemini and Cancer and Leo and Virgo and Libra and Scorpio and Sagittarius and Capricorn and Aquarius and Pisces seek the Lord. May all 50 states and their governors, mayors, and every member of DC seek the Lord. May every hair follicle on your body in each of your chakras seek the Lord. May every witch and every dust particle and their prince, may every buffoon, the beats they make, and the king of them all, and everyone with the first name Dominic or the last name Williams, seek the Lord. Humans of the world, in the present, in the future, in the past, seek the Lord. Amen. So yeah, so I read that just to highlight the one particular part where I listed the traits of a God I serve. And it's all the traits that Paul says that love is in 1 Corinthians 13, because God is love. The traits Paul is describing of love is blank, love is blank. You can erase that and put God is X. God is X. It's all the same thing. Excuse me. It's literally all the same thing. So anyone who's arguing about the character of God or the nature of God and they're going against those things in 1 Corinthians 13, it's a red flag, not gonna lie. Because either you don't believe that 1 Corinthians 13 is what love is, or you don't believe in 1 John 4 when John says God is love. You can't believe both things and think that there's any contradiction about any of the stuff Paul says about love as far as the character of God goes. So, yeah. So that's why, like, I'd be concerned if someone, like, really was just like, nah, bro, I don't mess with 1 Corinthians 13. That's jarring to me. Because the thing is, that means you're very out of touch. Like, is it Ephesians? I don't even have a lot of time for it, I don't think. Dang, I don't even have time to find the verse I'm trying to find for real. But it might not even be Ephesians. It could be Romans. Oh, well. The point is, look, bro. We're all made by God. God is love. So if you're like anti-love, that's crazy. You don't know God. Bro, literally according to John, you don't know God. And mind you, that verse, anyone who is not loving does not know God. That's regardless of belief. That ain't got jack to do with what you believe. It ain't got jack to do with you going to church, with what your pastor told you, with what you do at your church. It ain't got jack to do with none of that. If you don't love, if you're not loving, if you are not actively living as a loving person, you do not know God. Those are not my words. Those are John's words. And John got them words from Jesus. So those are Jesus's words, but Jesus got his words from God. So those are God's words. The alarm's going off. I'm about to be done. Farewell. Have a great night. Happy Saturday.